So today I'm with John Nodurft, the Director of Government Affairs for ISSA. Hello, John. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me again, Jeff.
Pleasure to have you. Today we're going to talk about that dreaded word called tax, TAX. I know you've been busy recently with some new legislation that's important to the cleaning industry that's related to taxes. Tell us about that.
Yeah, luckily this is a way to help you reduce your taxes. So we'll turn a negative into a positive. Probably the last year we've been really trying to figure out how the cleaning industry can kind of help, make sure that there's incentives out there, right? Incentives for employers, employees to be protected in the workplace. Last month, or actually on March 2nd, we had bipartisan legislation introduced in the Senate that would create a new tax credit to help offset some of those enormous costs for employers. So things like contracting out one of our cleaning contractors, purchasing cleaning supplies, products, purchasing PPE, training, education, all those types of things that go into creating a safe and healthy workplace.
Yeah, some of those numbers can really add up, I'm sure. We talk about especially training, certification, and taking care of your staff. I understand this is a coalition of partners you've got going on here.
Yeah, we have more than 50 trade associations, everyone from the dentistry association to the gaming association to the National Safety Council to nonprofits. So it's a broad breadth of the American culture, businesses. Yeah, we've been able to kind of recruit those. Just shows that you hear a lot on the news about we need a tax credit for one specific industry or this type of thing, and this is really a tax credit that we've promoted. And when we're talking to people on the Hill, we say, hey, this will help all employers, right? The smallest employer up to medium-sized employers. So that's really what we're trying to focus on.
Okay. So bottom line, what kind of an impact will this have on companies? What are we talking about as far as dollars?
Yeah, so right now, our best estimates from the National Safety Council is that employers are spending about $5,200 per employee on these costs that I'm mentioning. What this tax credit will do, and there's competing tax credits from, I'm basically talking about the main leading one that was just introduced in the Senate. So if you have let's say you have 50 employees and you're a small contracting company, you would get $1,000, a 50% tax credit, $1,000 per employee for those 50 employees. So you think, oh, that's $50,000 tax credit. The good part about a tax credit is, and this tax credit, it's actually against employment taxes. So it's advanceable and refundable. So you get it kind of upfront as you're making those expenses rather than having to wait till you file your taxes at the end of the year. The other interesting thing about this new proposal is it actually goes back to last year and say, hey, you spent a bunch of money and you'll actually get $3,000 income tax credit. So the one that you might be filing right now towards your employees. So that's $3,000 times 50. That's a serious amount of money that you can save or you can have against your taxes at the end of the year. So we're talking about real dollars and cents here that can have major impact, not only for our members who are making these investments, but also for your customers. So if you're serving hotels, hospitals, whoever, they would also be eligible for the tax credit. So it's really driving demand and incentives to create a healthy and safe work environment.
Yeah, that is significant. Those dollars will add up, and then what a nice thing you got going on that you're promoting. Another question, maybe our final one is, what do you want those watching this webcast to do?
Well, I would say the number one thing, ISSA just launched in conjunction with our coalition partners a video ad, infographics, social media graphics, and also an action alert. So you can go to issa.com/tax credit to find out more information. But we have a great video out there. We'd love for you guys to share that on social media. We have great little infographics you can share about the $5,200 per employee, those types of things, and ultimately contact your congressman. We're going to be doing this over the course of the next month or two, really trying to drive demand to this, and not just you, but also your clients, right? Your vendors. This impacts all of us. It's good for employees and it's good for customers.
What time frame are we talking about? Are we talking about this year's taxes, next year's? What about that?
So we're pushing for it this year, right? So this was something that we created last year. We are hoping to get it into the last stimulus bill. We come just barely short, but we're starting to get consensus about around the one bill that I've been talking about mainly during this call. So we're optimistic. We're going to keep pushing forward. I think there's going to be definitely some added pressure in the coming weeks to make this happen.
Well, John, appreciate that. As folks watch this recording, they saw the information at the bottom of our screen as far as where they can go for more information. Also in the description of this on YouTube, we'll have that there as well. So people should be able to find what you put together very easily. So we'll look forward to saving some money on our taxes.
Thanks, Jeff.